I've recently come back to my hometown and my family home after a year and a half of traveling, and it's not too unfamiliar to me. I've been gone for 7 years now and returning about once a year. And in the past, and I know a lot of travelers will relate to this, it was quite a challenge to come home. There's a saying by Ram Dass. He says, if you think you're enlightened, just go spend a couple of weeks with your family. And for any backpacker or spiritual explorer that is nomad, has gone to the other side of the world, that has been in amazing communities and has learned how to communicate better, learned how to connect to themselves better, learned to find inner peace. There is quite a challenge that comes when you have to return home because no one triggers you like your family. No one gets on your nerves quite like your mom. And this time around, I have to say, it's quite different. It's really different, actually. I find myself much more at ease in the midst of emotional turbulence. And I think it came through a couple of insights that I've had this year. Essentially, I think it's so hard not to take personally when it comes to our family. It's really hard not to make it about me. We feel so intimately connected without even realizing it. But we can be connected to someone without forgetting where our boundaries lie. And it's interesting because it's not boundaries in the sense of separateness, but simply being more aligned with what is actually happening within me, and to recognize that what happens within another is not for me to fix or to change, or I don't have to make my mom or my dad see that their perspective is bullshit, or even trying to help. Actually, I need to fix them, I need to help them, when I can really be a loving observer and hear what is being said beneath the judgments, is when I really get to connect with people regardless of how they're expressing themselves. And I think that's maybe the biggest difference between learning how to speak and express ourselves in a more conscious way versus learning how to listen and hear what people are actually saying beneath the noise of the mind, beneath the judgments of the mind. I found that to be even more liberating because one can be quite superficial. I can just change the packaging, change the way I say things, the way I see things. It's a perspective shift. It's valuable simply when suddenly you're put back into this environment that you're so familiar with, that all your bad behaviors and your old patterns arise out of nowhere. It's like, oh my God, what are you guys doing to me? But if I can actually learn to hear differently, that's when there's true transformation in relationships. Because when you come back, your parents, your partners, your sisters, your brothers, your aunts, whatever, they won't have learned how to say things differently. They won't have your vocabulary. So, what's the point? And I think for me, the big shift was uh, mostly working with a dear friend of mine called Shaked, who has introduced me to nonviolent communication. And in nonviolent communication, the creator, Marshall Rosenberg, teaches us to hear people, not by what they are thinking and expressing, but by actually diving beneath that and accessing their feelings and needs. So someone might be saying, this person is unreliable and you can't trust them, and really at this age you should be able to do blah 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 blah. Whatever. Someone's someone's stories, someone's stories. And when you've seen through your own stories, it's like, oh my God, it can be so frustrating hearing someone speak from this place of complete judgment and closed mindedness. But the fact is that they are in pain. They are expressing something that is important to them. And if I try and deny or fix or transform, then I'm actually not meeting them in their pain. But if I can go beneath the judgments and hear the feelings that are happening, what is happening in that person? Is it frustration? Is it sadness? Is it grief? Is it shame? What is happening truly beneath the noise of the mind? And then I can inquire what needs are not being met in that person that are triggering these emotions. And then I can really connect to them. It's not just in French, we have this saying, un dialogue de sourds, which means a dialogue of the deaf, those who can't hear. And so rather than being in this dialogue of the deaf, you are the one that puts on the translator on your ears, and you're able to hear that beneath all these judgments, there's something that they're really trying to care for, actually. Imagine your mother is complaining about another family member, and it's quite triggering for you because she's always complaining, and that's your judgment, by the way. Like, she's complaining about another family member, about how they are, it's simply not acceptable, their behavior. Of course, there's no such thing. It's not acceptable. It's merely that it's not meeting her needs. So how can I actually move in her direction and help her? But helping her by simply, actually, it's just about helping myself and helping myself to hear her. And if I can actually meet her in her frustration because she's longing for more trust in her life, suddenly it's like, oh my God, I can understand you so much. And it's not about being right or wrong, whether her judgments are right or wrong. It's irrelevant. Who cares? She's expressing something. So, yeah, I've just found that these tools of connecting to people through their feelings and needs has extricated me from taking things personally and feeling that I have to do something about the way people are. Of course, I still react, I still get pissed off, I still get frustrated, don't worry. But there's much more lightness, there's much more easiness. That's it for today. I hope it was helpful for you. Take care. So if you notice yourself resisting tension within you, um, and this urge to change or to resist someone's expression of pain, you can ask yourself, like, what are they feeling and what are they trying to care for? And that tends to always connect me to other people. Recently, I was with someone who was she used to work in hospitals, and she was telling me a story about how she was disliking the amount of people that was from a certain ethnicity in the hospital at certain hours. And in the past, I think I would have been really judgmental. I would have just labeled it as racist and like, whatever. I don't care about what you're saying. But if I can actually connect to her story, it's like she's scared. That's what she's telling me. And I could ask her, I was like, it was scary for you. And she was like, yeah, I'm afraid. And suddenly it's so easy. It's like, wow, this person was longing for safety in this moment. And it's not for me in that moment to either disconnect and ignore her or make her see that what she's saying is not okay. We're constantly doing that and it just doesn't help. And it felt really good to be able to connect with this person and with what she was actually expressing by making these comments that I judged as racist. So actually it's really about liberating myself from the pain of judging others. And I can do the exact same process with myself. I notice that when I'm judging others, I'm in pain. That's what's happening. If there are judgments about others, whether it's they're unconscious, they're racist, they're being inconsiderate, whatever it is, it's my story. And if I remain on that story, it doesn't help me. It doesn't help me to be at peace. I've created. I've almost slipped in the mud. um, I've just created for myself a world of opposition and enemies. So when I notice myself judging, asking myself, what am I feeling? What's happening? I'm feeling frustrated. Why am I feeling frustrated? Because I'm longing for more understanding right now. I'm trying to care for understanding, safety, connection. So it's always about self liberation. And by liberating myself, I liberate the world from my own madness. I liberate the world from my neurosis. There's one less person going around suffering from the dream of their own mind. And if I can free myself, yo, she's free. She's all right. Go, go, go. And if you're free from the madness of your own mind, you naturally become more caring and more benevolent. It's just a natural state. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.